viewers, welcome to my channel Grammar Tales. Learn English grammar with Krish. So today we will be discussing demonstrative pronouns. Alright. So before discussing demonstrative pronouns, I hope you remember what we had done in the last class. We had done exercise on relative pronouns, isn't it? And I think I had discussed 4 or 5 examples or sentences where we had identified relative pronouns, the antecedent noun, and also the cases of each of these sentences. So before we proceed, I would just like to make one request. It is that just go through the previous videos before watching the new ones, alright, because one has connection with the other. And if you see the videos or watch the videos in serially, then it will be very easy for you to catch or get an insight into what I'm teaching. Fine. So before I start, I will as usual I would like to start with an example. All right, so let's start. Say this is what? This is my pen, isn't it? Okay, let me write it down, it will be clear. This is my pen. This is my pen. Now see, just see very carefully what I have written. I have written this is my pen, singular, isn't it? I am holding one pen in my hand, isn't it? So I have written this is my pen. Now this is my pen, this is singular, as well as it is near me. Alright, I am holding it, it is close to me. Fine. Now suppose I write that is my book. Now both these sentences are what? The objects that I have written about, both are singular. Alright. Pen, book. No S there, so it is singular. Now this is my pen. This means this is something which is near me. So I am saying this is my pen, near me. Now when I say that means what? It refers to something which is not near me. Maybe it is kept a little farther away from me. It is visible to me, but it is not near me or not in my hand. Alright. So when I use the words this and that, it means this means something which is singular as well as near me, an object maybe, isn't it? And that means what? An object which is singular but which is not near me or not in my hand, or maybe which is a little further away from me, but it is visible to me. Fine. Now suppose if I write, see this. These are my clothes. Fine. I wrote what? These are my clothes. Plural. Fine. This one is singular. Both these sentences are singular. One object is near me, in my hand. One object is far away from me, visible to me. Alright. Now see these sentence. I have written these are my clothes. So what? It is plural, isn't it? But near me. Plural and near. Now I will write another sentence. Those are her friends. Right? Those are her friends. So this is what? This is also plural, isn't it? Those are friends. See, S is there. Friends. Those and these. This is again plural, but in these matlab, this is what? These is near me. These are my clothes. These, plural as well as near me. Those are her friends. I am pointing out. Those are her friends. Those are her friends. It means what? I am pointing out to her friends, plural, because it's friends, but not near her. Standing maybe somewhere far away from her, but they are visible. Or I can say those are my friends also. So I am pointing out to my friends who are farther away from me, and there are many friends, not one. Fine. So see these words, this, that, these, those. What are these? These are what? These are demonstrative pronouns. Now what is the meaning of demonstrative pronouns? Now demonstrative comes from the word demonstration. Demonstration means pointing out to something specific, or something we are trying to indicate something or refer to some object. Alright, so when we are using this particular words to replace this noun, we are replacing this noun. So when it is near and singular, any object, isn't it? Any object or maybe friends. Alright, when it is near and singular, we use what? We use this. Fine? Sorry. Near and singular, it will be this. Far and singular, it is that. Again, if the object or the person is near but plural, near and plural, it will be what? These. 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 And far and plural, it will be what? It will be those. Right? So these words which are replacing the nouns, alright, in a sentence, or indicating or specifying a particular object, alright, or maybe a person, these words are called what? These are called demonstrative pronouns. Now we will go to the definition and then it will become more clear. This is also, I hope it's clear, because it's very easy. We often say, this is my book, those are my friends, this is my house, that is my car, isn't it? We often use this demonstrative pronouns. So let's see the definition now. Now pronouns that point to specific things, alright? Pronouns that point to specific things, like this, that, those, these, specific things, or are used to point out the objects to which they refer. To point out the objects to which they refer are called demonstrative pronouns. Fine? Means we are indicating something or specifying something by using these pronouns, this, that, these, those, etc. Okay. Now say they also, apart from this, that, these and those, some more are also there, like say such, none, neither. These are also what? These are also demonstrative pronouns. Fine. So what have I written? Pronouns that point to specific things or are used to point out the objects to which they refer are called demonstrative pronouns. Now why do we use? So that we can avoid repetition. Now every time I cannot say this pen is my pen, this book is my book. Instead what I say, this is my book, this is my pen, those are my clothes, that house is mine. Isn't it? We point out or we indicate. Alright. So this is the use of demonstrative pronouns. Now, so I would like to give some examples here. So how we are replacing the nouns, then you will be clearer. Now let's see the examples. Alright. So suppose I write, I love apple pie and cherry pie. Now I will just underline the nouns. These are the nouns, alright? We'll replace them and cherry pie. Fine. So I love apple pie and cherry pie. Now I'll replace them with the demonstrative pronoun. Fine. I love apple pie and cherry pie. So I have written two nouns here, isn't it? Not singular. They are plural. So what will I write? I will not write this. I will write these. These are my favorite. Fine. You cannot write this here because you have mentioned two pies, apple pie and cherry pie. So to replace them, you use this demonstrative pronoun these. Let's see one more example. I loved growing beets and tomatoes. Again, see, two nouns. I'll be replacing them with the demonstrative pronouns. So what will I use? I will use these, isn't it? I loved growing beets and tomatoes. These were my gardening favorites. These were, why were? Because here I have written ed, past tense, so it cannot be are here. Fine. So this is the demonstrative pronoun which is replacing, because it is plural, two nouns, so we are using here these. That is the plural demonstrative pronoun. Alright, so let's see some more examples. How we use the demonstrative pronoun. Say none. You know what is the none is used for what? None is the pronoun form of no. Many people might not know. None, when we say none is what? None is the pronoun form of no. No, alright. It means not one or not any. It means not one or not any. When we say none, alright, it is the pronoun of no. Now let's see one example. Say, my father had two brothers. Alright, so here the noun brothers will have to be replaced with the pronoun none. We'll use none here. Alright, my father had two brothers. My mother had none. Means she did not have any. Not many, not any, or not one. This is the what is meant. Means my father had two brothers, my mother had none. My mother had none means my mother didn't have any brothers. Right? So this is the use of none. Now when we use none can be used both in the singular as well as in the plural form. Alright. When none is the subject, the verb is either singular or it is plural. When it will depend on what? It will depend on what we are trying to refer to. Now see, this is called what? This is called the subject verb agreement. See, in subject verb agreement, what happens? When the subject in a sentence, when the subject is singular, alright, then the verb will be plural. Vice versa, when the subject is plural, the verb will be singular. Say, I'll just give an example here. It will be clear to you. This is called subject verb agreement. Alright. I am always looking for ideas. Fine. So this ideas I am replacing after full stop with none. So when I say none, none ever come. None ever come. I am always looking for ideas. It is plural, isn't it? I am looking for many ideas. I am trying to think of many ideas, but none ever come. Now many of you or many of us, sometimes what we do, we make a mistake and we write here what? We write here S. This is not right. This is incorrect. Because see the ideas that we have written here, the subject. The subject is what? It is plural. So this verb come, it will be, we will not have to, we don't need to add an S. If we add the S, it will become incorrect. So here the subject is plural, isn't it? Plural. So the verb will be what? Singular. This is called the subject verb agreement. Now let me give you one more example. She is always looking for inspiration. She is always looking for inspiration. See, inspiration is here what? It is singular. So when I replace this in the sentence with the proper with the demonstrative pronoun none, so I will write what? None ever comes. Why have I written comes here? I have written come there, isn't it? C-O-M-E, singular verb. But here I have written what? C-O-M-E-S. Why? Because the subject here, this subject is singular, isn't it? But hence here the verb will be plural, isn't it? When we write, say, when we say he, suppose I am saying he goes to school. Do I say he go to school? No, I say he goes to school. See, subject is singular, hence the verb is plural. Now if the subject is plural, they goes to school? No, they go to school. Fine, this is the subject is plural here, hence the verb is singular. So this is called subject verb agreement, right? So what are demonstrative pronouns? These are pronouns that point to something specific, maybe an idea, object, or a situation, all right? And they refer, hence they are called demonstrative pronouns because they are referring to something in specific, all right? So they take the place of a noun, they take the place of a noun phrase, they take the place of an activity or a situation. And what do they consist of? These demonstrative pronouns, they always consist of this, these, that, those, and also sometimes they include what? Neither, none, and such. Fine. So this will be all for today with demonstrative pronouns. I hope I'm clear, and in the next class I'm hoping to bring out some exercises on this topic so that it is further clear to you. And one thing I just want to tell you is that when you are dealing with grammar, please be patient. If you're really wanting to learn in depth, then you have to go through all the videos thoroughly. All right, be very thorough, be regular, and follow all the classes in a routine and from the beginning, not in a haphazard manner. That will not earn you anything. So I am requesting you that please like and share the videos, and those who are new to my channel, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. So alright, so this will be all for today. Thank you.